If you put all your eggs in one basket, all you'll have is what's in the basket. A lesson learned from our valley when COVID-19 hit last spring. The economy here took a huge hit. It's why there is now talk of diversifying, not to be overly dependent on tourism. Here this morning is Joe Wallace, CEO of the Coachella Valley Economic Partnership. Welcome, Joe.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So it was a tough lesson that we learned, but did we learn anything from this?
You know, that's going to be something we won't be able to answer completely for 5 to 10 years, because knowing you need to diversify the economy and taking the steps and investing at the levels that need to be invested are two different things. I think if you ask everybody, you did a big survey in the Valley, they'd say, oh man, I wish we'd have had a lot of jobs that are outside of hospitality. I think most people know this is a need.
How would you suggest that we diversify? What avenue should we be going down?
There's actually two problems that need to be solved. One is the fact that we're overly dependent on hospitality, meaning, 25% of our jobs are directly in hospitality. Another 25% are because of hospitality. And the second is that hospitality and retail historically do not pay enough of a wage so people can aspire to become homeowners, especially not in rising markets like this. So we have to do something. We have to have a 4-year university to create STEM degrees. That's science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Of the 25 top paying jobs coming out of college, all 25 of them are in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Grow organically, entrepreneurship in the technology space that can absorb those workers and grow. And that means selling products and services to people who are not located here. We were not essential. We were deemed non-essential in a lot of our jobs, and that's why we got hit so hard by this pandemic. We need to be essential.
What is the desert suited for besides the sun, the fun, and all of that? What is it that we can do here that we are suited for?
Everywhere is suited for most anything. If you look at Silicon Valley, it used to be orchards and agriculture, just like the East End is here. What we have to have is an economy that's based on intellectual property. Silicon Valley wasn't Silicon Valley until Stanford became what Stanford is today. Austin, Texas was not Austin, Texas as it is today until the University of Texas attracted the Microelectronics Center. So, we've got a seed growing right now in the iHub in Palm Desert. It's the cybersecurity program that's going to be offered inside of our iHub by the California State University San Bernardino on the Palm Desert campus. So seeding things that will create technological advances is the best thing that we can possibly do. And then making ourselves very visible to people that are leaving the coast, because there's a big opportunity to attract telecommuters who will move into this region, work from their living rooms, the way I am right now. And that's another way to grow a workforce that's talented and capable, is to get them to move here, because we have a very nice lifestyle.
And so how do you convince others in the Valley that we need to do something? And this doesn't happen overnight, but we need to be thinking about the future, because as we live in the present right now, it's not working.
It's not working sufficiently to keep up with what hospitality has done. CVEP was formed in 1994. There were some visionary type people that saw a need to diversify. That's our mission. But our funding last year, I don't know what 2020 is going to be for anybody, but the amount of dollars, and I mean public dollars and tax dollars, that went into attracting tourists is about 25 times what went into CVEP, which is to attract and inspire businesses. So if you want to have technology industry that's on par with what you have in hospitality and tourism, you have to provide the funding and the support mechanisms on the same level. Our tourism industry took 75 years to build to where it is today. It took 8 months almost to wreck it with a pandemic. Tech companies are still doing well. They're not getting hit by the pandemic. You look at the big tech five, they're all doing great because they adapted to help people work from home. And that's innovation. and innovation is what creates wealth, and wealth is what creates jobs.
Well, it's clear, Joe, that it's going to take a long time before we do make a shift, but at least people are starting to talk about it right now. I appreciate you being with us today.
Wonderful. It's been a great morning, and I hope you have a good day. And I hope people learn their lessons and do do the right thing for the Valley.
All right, Joe, thanks again. And keep it right here. We'll be right back.